why are you here today?
Do it to raise awareness of our petition, A Life for a Life. If you take somebody's life intentionally and you are given life in the court, it should mean life. Not 15 years, not 16 years, life.
Right. And what happened to your daughter?
My daughter was murdered brutally by her husband, Paul Grabham. He battered her to death, caved her head in, strangled her, broke her nose, her jaw, tried to cut her in half, shoved her into a dining suitcase 18 inches by 21, and threw her from the M4 onto an embankment, hoping nobody would ever find her for years, or maybe never. Lucky enough, she was spotted by a truck driver.
And how long did he get sentenced for?
He got 19 years.
And is that with bail or anything, or is that?
No,
not
he
bail
must do 19 years until he admits to Kirsty's murder, because he's denied it all along, even though there was overwhelming evidence against him.
So how old will he probably be when he's out?
42.
So still pretty young.
Young enough to start a family, but my Kirsty will never have a family. She wanted so much.
Yeah. So that's why Life for Life is something that you feel very strongly about.
He shouldn't have a life. He shouldn't be entitled to one after what he's done.
Yeah.
It's not just me, it's all my family. My grandchild, the eldest granddaughter, she had to have counselling because she missed her auntie Kirsty so much.
Have you yet heard from him since? What year was it he was sentenced?
4 years ago, last Monday.
And have you had to have any dealings with him since?
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
His parents live round the corner from me. They've not even came to apologise to me about the son.
God.
Just unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. That is just disgusting. They're not supporting him, are they?
Oh, they are. They're going to see him in prison, yeah.
That's just... no words to describe that, is there? So, what was it like? How did you first hear about Sonia and Roxanne? How did you meet? Like, I know you've met today.
It was on Facebook. Social networking site. Spoke to Roxanne about going on to the Jeremy Kyle show because she'd already been on there.
So did you know, how did you know about her? Did you just remember it when it happened to her daughter?
Yeah, because it happened just after my Kirsty, 4 months after.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it and thinking that poor woman, I know exactly what she's going through.
So did you add her as a friend on Facebook then?
I did, yeah.
And do you remember typing that first message to her?
Yeah, I said, sorry, what you're going through, it's an awful thing, and we need to speak to anybody here.
Yeah, and how did you hear about Sonia?
Well, because it's a local, and the body was found a mile away from where my Kirsty was found. Obviously I felt a real connection with her. I got in touch with Sonia, sent her a private message, and says I'm here for you if you ever need me.
Yeah.
The 2 girls just killed by evil boyfriends. It just brought so much back to me. But it was just like Kirsty's death all over again. It was like I could feel the pain for Sonia.
Yeah.
It was awful.
And do you sort of feel, as a mother, like, you know, mums always have their daughters, don't they? And they always look after their daughters, and it's that sort of girly thing, isn't it? And you're like the matriarch trying to protect the family.
That's right.
And obviously that couldn't, you can try, but it obviously hasn't happened with.
No.
And do you feel like you get support from Roxanne and Sonia, because they obviously lost girls too?
Counselling, but I didn't find it did me any good because they obviously don't know what I've been through. But Roxanne and Sonia do know what I've been through. They understand because they're in my position. They're in the same position as me. They've both lost a beautiful little girl.
Yeah. And is there moments in particular that they've been really supportive that you've found really helpful?
Yes, especially Sonia, because she lives near me. easier for us to meet up with a campaign. We didn't have this campaign to focus on. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah. So how did the campaign come up?
Well, we just thought there's so many murders and there's no deterrent really, because they know they're only going to get a few years and now they'll be out again. Life must mean life.
Yeah.
We've got to have a deterrent there. It's got to stop.
Yeah. So whose idea was it? Was it kind of both of yours?
Both of us sort of came to the same conclusion: they should never walk again. Like Davis, he would be 30 if he gets out. That's too young.
I know.
He's got a long life in front of him, and he shouldn't walk the streets.
Is there what times do you find the hardest that you need to support with maybe a little bit of extra support?
Anniversaries of death, birthdays, Christmas, everything like that. Because the first year I think it was of Kirsty's anniversary, I took an overdose and I went and lay on a grave. My husband didn't know where I was because I got out of bed and I walked up to the cemetery, no shoes on, nothing. Took tablets, just lay on the grave. And they woke up and realised where I must be. I was talking about going up, she's on her own. I don't want to be on her own, I want to go with her. And the police came up about an hour later, found me and took me to hospital.
Oh my God. So it could have been two tragedies, really. Because do you feel like you have to be strong for her legacy now?
I do. This is what doing this campaign now has gave me more to focus on. It's gave me a lot more. Give me a target on my head, like a name, a goal.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely.
And Kirsty to look down and be proud of what I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm sure she is. Do you feel her around you sometimes and just know that she's giving you the...
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's really nice. And how did you feel yesterday for the first time meeting obviously Roxanne and getting to see Sonia again? How did that feel?
It was nice. It was lovely for us all mothers to be together.
Yeah.
We spoke to Roxanne on the internet, but never had actually met her.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed giving her little hugs when we sat down in the bar.
Yeah. Did you get emotional, or was it? Yeah.
Stacey was so young.
Yeah.
She got no closure really with what the cow had done to himself.
I know.
To himself. He didn't take the consequences of what he'd done.
Yeah.
That poor little girl. Sick.
I know. Do you feel like do you feel sometimes that you have your day-to-day life where you have to be strong, you have to be focused, but now that you have this friendship that you've got, you can kind of let your guards down. You don't always have to be the strong person you are maybe to the outside world. You can...
Yes, that's right, yeah.
They understand you.
They understand exactly. I don't feel like I'm talking stupid or anything, because they understand exactly what I'm on about.
Yeah.
That as somebody that hasn't lost a child wouldn't, they wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
Never in a million years.
Definitely. And do you have any future plans that you'd like to do? Obviously this campaign's going to take up a lot.
Just raising money for a charity called Cathy. It's Key to Success International. It's in Nairobi. They don't get funding like the Somalians do. It's all funded by other people, and we send them computers over. They bought a piece of land and they're going to do the building, and they have enough money. And they want me and my husband to go over and give them a check.
Oh, nice.
And we would like to stay there for a couple of weeks to help them grow produce and everything. And they're going to name the centre after Kirsty and have photographs of her hanging up.
That's nice.
And if the young girls want to be models, or if women have been violently abused by the partners, they've got somewhere to go and someone to speak to. hopefully we can counsel someone
Oh,
to
yeah.
do that over there.
That's lovely.
And some children to be educated.
So do you feel like you use all your pain that you've got and anger towards fighting for what's right in your daughter's memory?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, yes. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, I think that's all I need on